Alright, welcome to the channel. No, that's done. Alright, what's up? No, I don't like that either. So something I've been wanting to do for a while is start my own YouTube channel. I kept thinking, what kind of content can I make? Is this going to be, all automotive? What kind of recording equipment should I get? What kind of editing program should I download? I just kind of kept overthinking about it. So I decided I'm just going to start it. It's going to be a little bit of everything. I figure I'd like to maybe flip a few cars here and there. I race my personal cars, but I have raced a NASCAR once, and I have raced an Indy car with a NASCAR motor in it. Way back, let's see, 2008. That was a lot of fun, and actually it's a interesting story. Out of the 33, I was the fastest, and the only reason I didn't go faster is because the instructor that I was told to follow was not going any faster than 150. So I was essentially drafting him, and they told us that if they felt comfortable, they would go faster. And I drafted him a good couple laps, and he wasn't going any faster. So I thought about passing him, but that would have got me kicked off the track. Would that have been worth it? Yeah, probably. All right, so let's go over the stars of the channel. 2017 GT350. I'll make a separate video of this. I have tracked it, and I'll go over that in the video. Great car. But my designated track car, 2019, with a fresh Gen 3 Coyote block. Essentially, what I call it, phases 1 is complete. Phase 2, I'll document, make some interesting content. Twin turbo kit is what I'm thinking, among other things. And then my daily family trip, track car, hauler, TRX, love the truck. I have had a Gen 1 Raptor, love the truck, but for today, I'm gonna go over my newly acquired 03 Cobra. So please don't pay attention to how dirty it is. I took the car cover off last night, and the weather went, hey, and decided to rain, but just enough to leave very nice, attractive spots all over the car. But anyway, I saw this car at my buddy's house, and I kept asking him about it because it was there for a while. And he was telling me that he was kind of doing a few things for a friend. He resealed the motor, so valve covers, timing covers, oil pan. He said he upgraded the primary chain tensioners. He installed BPS billet idlers, MMR head cooling mod. He also installed an RXT twin disc clutch, an aluminum flywheel, Feel coilovers, new brakes, new shifter, which is a B&M shifter. And I'm glad he did that because I've never driven a Cobra before. So when I drove it around with the factory shifter in it, it felt like a wet noodle. And third gear was almost like going into the dashboard. So glad that shifter's in there now. But he called me one day and he goes, hey, remember that Cobra that you kept asking about? And I said, yes. He goes, my friend is interested in selling it. Are you interested? I said, yes. And because I trust him and his work, I knew the car mechanically is good to go. And it drives great, runs strong. And I think the car's been repainted, but the paint's in very good shape. When I got it, it was just super dirty. The trunk was filthy. The inside needed a good shampoo. And the outside, I decided to have a buddy paint correct it, which is something I want to learn how to do. So I want to be able to do that. I want to buy all the supplies and know how to paint correct, as well as getting stuff like this off. If you can see, I don't know if the camera can see, but there's like bird poop or something almost infused in this hood. The inside already had shampooed. It was bad. And there was approximately $1.75 of just pennies and nickels and dimes that were like embedded in the cup holders, melted. I had to take a screwdriver and pry those out. It was pretty bad. Overall though, the interior is in great shape. No tears, rips. Dashboard looks great. The only thing was these panels here. I guess are pretty notorious for flapping around and breaking. And this one is one I replaced already, but I already broke the tab. So ordered another set, passenger side good to go. This mirror was all flapping around and loose. I guess that's another common issue with these cars. The little pad behind there gets worn out. So fix that. Also ordered some fancy floor mats, which I'll have to say look pretty sharp. The biggest issue with the car is the rear bumper needs to be repainted. It's pretty bad. So now that's something else I'd like to learn how to do, is repaint. However, this is a Cobra bumper. I don't think I want to learn how to paint on a Cobra bumper. And I've always specifically wanted an 0304. There's a few other reasons I really wanted this car. Primarily because the motor is mostly stock. The blower's stock, the motor's not tuned, the exhaust is all stock except for the mufflers in the back, I believe are MagnaFlow. This is a K&N, but it's 50 state legal. And the motor is just clean. My buddy that went through the motor and cleaned it up did a great job. The motor bay was filthy, so I did detail that. And I replaced the intake because the intake that was on the car looked like it had been played football with and then chewed up by a dog and then thrown in a sand pit. So again, simple, easy, 75 bucks, one of the first things I did. But super happy with the fact that I found one that hasn't been changed or highly modified, and that was why I was so interested in it. Another reason is because I've been looking for 0304 Cobras now for about a year. Also, brand new AC. And can someone explain to me why everybody gets in their cars and does this? There's no reason. Get in, just give it a one little wiggle, one little side by side. Anyway. Less than 100,000 miles. 95 isn't bad. It's pretty hard to find a hardtop Cobra with less than 100,000 miles that hasn't been extremely modified. And she sounds good. Even though I'm more of a Mustang content creator guy, I respect pretty much every build. Well, not every build, most builds. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to Chris Sullivan. I've been watching his channel now a couple months, and if you haven't heard of him, go check his channel out because that guy is very talented. I've probably got a quarter of his talent, but you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. Also been watching Street Speed for years. Speed Phenom, he does more of what I kind of do, and I'm really surprised I have not met or tracked with him yet. But one day I think we'll meet, we'll race, it'll be fun. And staying mode, of course. Also got myself a fancy whiteboard here. And so far, this is what I can think of for the Cobra. Definitely rear bumper needs to be painted. Back window needs to be retinted. Door panels, halfway there. Maybe get a cool looking trunk mount. I've seen those trunk mounts that say Terminator on the bottom, but I don't know, we'll see. Buff the wheels, alignment, we're gonna go do that right now. Clean the hood, replace the headlights, and I may do something with the exhaust, but I'm not sure yet. All right, so let's go for a quick ride and get the alignment done. It's been a few days. I wasn't able to get the alignment done a couple days ago, but got it done. Definitely drives better now. There was some play in the steering wheel. It wasn't bad, but enough to bug me. So with this car, I don't really have anything to compare it to. I've never owned or driven a Cobra. I've ridden in a few highly modified Cobras, but nothing that's close to factory. The suspension on this car, like I said, is the field coilovers. My buddy that worked on it said that these coilovers are tuned to factory spec, and it drives really nice. The feels, this is also my first experience with the feels, and you could definitely daily this car. I've driven around a few corners kind of fast, and it handles very well. Of course, this car has pretty wide tires, 315s in the rear, so that helps out quite a bit, but I could definitely drive this every day. It's got new AC, the AC is very cold. It's obvious with the Cobras is they have that unique sound to them at an idle. I think every supercharged motor kind of has their uniqueness to them, but especially the Cobras. So you get through a stoplight, you do a pull, and you're at another stoplight when you live in California. So here's a camera angle I'm kind of experimenting with. I feel like I look like an idiot, but I like the views. I have a Shelby GT350, a highly modified Coyote, a TRX, and I probably get more attention in this car every time I go out and drive around. I think every time I park, somebody's asking about it. I get a lot of looks on the road, and it's primarily a stock 03 Cobra. If I were to critique the car, it's definitely a nice surrounding of plastic. I mean, I think up until, honestly, the new gen, 7th gen Mustangs, they've always kind of just been very plasticky. I'm not really a fan of the brakes. I was told the rotors and pads are only about a year old. I've checked the pads have a lot of life. I believe the rotors are Stop Tech rotors. If I were to keep it, that would be the next thing I would do. So I may change the exhaust a little bit, I'm not sure yet. It's a little quiet. At first, it's what I wanted, but I don't know. I think I want to make it a little louder. All right, been a few weeks back at the Cobra. Kind of anxious because I ordered my polisher and I can't wait to get that in, because I'm very anxious to attempt to get this hood very shiny, because it still looks pretty bad, especially the bird poop. I think it's bird poop, and then I think this is sap over here. So, and headlights came in, and I'm glad I ordered these. I almost didn't. Comparing these to what's on the car right now, oh yeah, these are gonna look really good. Way cleaner. Let me try something. Yeah, there we go. That worked out well. Headlights are in. Looking good, looking sharp. Gosh, the front of these cars just looks so good. Also, got the driver's side interior panel here in. And I didn't break it, so that's in now. Nice and tight. Do a quick headlight check here. All right, looking good. All right, so on a quick side note with these headlights, so these are the ones that I got with the car. And I didn't know till recently that I guess original Cobra headlights can go for upwards of $800-900. So I don't know if these are the original ones, and maybe you guys can let me know what to look for. I don't know, maybe part number. I'm so glad I replaced them, because I mean, maybe I could have cleaned these up. I don't know if the camera can really pick it up, but you know, there's some imperfections. You know, from a distance they're not bad, but when you walk up to the car, I'm trying to get the car as clean as possible, and these are just, I mean, super nice. Yeah, so I prefer more of like the clear corner section here of the headlight or the lens versus these have like the amber. I just think it's a cleaner look over these. Okay, so I just picked up the car. It's been about a week because I noticed that it was still leaning to the left, to driver's side. It wasn't as bad as it was before. That was one of the first things I did, was right away go get an alignment. So it was better, but over the past several weeks, it kind of progressively got worse to the point where it was kind of bugging me again. So I called my buddy up, and since he knows these cars really well, he pretty much knew exactly what it was. It was one of the bushings to the driver's side front control arm. So we decided to get just new control arms from BMR. They're decent brands. I've used them before, and I'll show some pictures here of them installed. Kind of a nice contrast, you know, a little bit of red in there to break up all the black. Plus looks kind of good when you're looking through the wheels. You can kind of see a little bit of hint of red. And it does drive a little tighter now. I do notice a little bit of a difference. Overall, I'm happy. I think this is where I'm going to leave this video. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching. It's coming together. God bless.